We came from the search after the name Ritar, which seems to be the person's name who has named the city Reslev, close to Copenhagen. And in that city there also were a house for poor people, and there were a place where they digged in the ground to find small stones. And here I think about a Christmas calendar that once was, where there were a lady in the city who was having a company where she was digging after those small stones you could use when you build houses and things like that, mixed with cement. But she was very much after money, and she would dig everywhere for getting money. There's gold in the ground, there's gold in the ground, she was saying always, and she was not thinking about the humans. And here we see, I searched the name Ritar. He came up. He had died the 6th of March. There we have the 3 and the 6 again. In the year 1009. So he was bishop since 983. I come into the number later. He was ordinated in Speyer, a city in Germany. That sounds very much like spying. Spires. There was a fire that caused the destruction of the older Paderborn bishop documents. It was in Paderborn he was bishop. I don't know. I think it is in the city Speyer also, or maybe it's a city nearby. I don't know. But some documents had burned. So there we have something that tells about thing that is being destroyed, where you could make it similar to maybe a child case where papers are gone or there are confusion in the papers, so you cannot figure out the truth. The title of ownership of Paderborn bishop was granted in 1001 by Emperor Otto III. So there we have 1001. That leads us to think about fairy tale, a long fairy tale. But it also leads us into the devil, which, if you take 4 fingers, 1 up, 2 down, 1 up, you have the devil sign. And I have also once long ago made a video that I don't think is up anymore, where I mentioned my son's birthday, which was the 1st of October. That made me connect my son with the 1001. But here they mention a wife that was crowned in Paderborn. So there we have the crown, the corona mentioned. And later here they talk about another king, I think. Possible that he was involved in a war of Otto III in 992. So there we have one more number. So let's look into that. I could have a suspicion this could be a hint or a double story about who's the father to a child here. But let's go into the numbers. 983. in Hebrew it says it means security. It could be a person that are secure then. So maybe Ritar was secure, safe in his position. In Greek it says harmful. So that could make me think that he was a person who was harmful to others, but he was in a secure position. And the other person there were mentioned 992, and in Greek it says one must be put, which must be thrown or put. But here it says down here also from bellow. So I think I look into what bellow actually means. What is it that should be put, thrown? And then this came up. To throw, cast, throw, rush, often in the weaker sense I place. Put, dropped. Something is dropped. Could it be a seed that are dropped? Lying, place, put. And in Hebrew, the number 992 means pistachio nuts. So there we have something with two equal pistachio nuts are in a shell where there are two. Or it could be something, symbolism for a brain, where we have two brain halves. Or maybe two egg sticks, different kind of things we have two of in the body. An oval nut. But here in the end with the nut, there are also another word, only in plural, pistachio nuts, from its form. They mention a word bedden, so I look into what does that mean. It means belly, body, womb. Belly, body, womb. Belly, birth, brother, himself, in fact, and what. So that could very well be something about a pregnancy and who are the father. But as they be born within womb, yeah. Let's come a little bit further in the story. Speyer, the city, was name means German and Jewish. So could that be a hint to some who are spying? Could be German and they could be Jewish. Habitual name, which had a large Jewish population in the Middle Age. So it seems to there have been many Jews in Speyer in the Middle Age. Speyer was one of the main centers of gravity of the Holy Roman Empire. In 10 before Christ, there we have the energy number again, before Christ. So that could maybe, 10 before Christ could maybe be when the sector acts is going on. The first Roman military camp is established. Roman military camp, could that be the fight of the seed who will come in? Wow. Oh, my thoughts. By the American, here it says, Speyer was taken by the American army, but not before the bridge over the Rhine was blown up by the retreating German army. Speyer was in the French occupation zone, so French are also in it. And I before talked about that when something is French, it seems to it's something that are there that really are not there anyway. So could it mean that the seed who reached the egg, they call maybe the American army, and those who do not, who end up to die and not be there, could be simple with the French? Don't know. But they were mentioned this Otto the Third. The name Otto, I have always combined a little bit with 9/11, because in the middle you have those two T's. Where it could look like two towers who are hit with something, a ring, target, ring. But here's a coin from that time. It also said Otto. And we have this cross, which we also have in Red Cross and in Switzerland. And the Templars also use this cross. And they have 4 dots. But I found other things when I searched this name. Something called Rektar, Death Gate, in the World of Warcraft computer game. Waldretar, Dark Blade of Oblivion, World of Warcraft. The Guardians of Corporatar, World of Warcraft. Corporatar, called the Horror Gate. It is the last barrier between us and the Corporatar, called the Horror Gate. It is the last barrier between us and the Ice Crown Citadel. Iron Wall. So there we are into something that could have to do with life and death and something horrible. I don't know the game, but if there are any young people who see this movie, they probably do. You can see it's also something dark, Horror Gate, Corporatar Guardian. Ooh, they look also dangerous. But I assume it's a symbolism for something going on in the body, maybe a death fight. But I also found this logo, Retar Hub. And I searched hub, it seems to mean something like the middle in a wheel. So it could symbolize the middle of everything. And it could very much look, if you think of a human egg and something has broken in to this egg, maybe a seed, it has reached the woman gene. Here we have the Google error. Where is it going on? Where is the spot? And then it starts to grow. This could be a symbol for a new life that has been created. A Retar life. And what is this for a site who has this logo about Retar Hub? Something with girls things for girls, fake hair and different kind of things. But the word retar is very similar to the word retard. Let's start with that in the next video.